Had to come on here, man. I got time. God damn, somebody try to break into that shit? Oh, wow. Hey, but I got time today, cuz. So, we gonna talk about this whole DNC convention. Why, just why do us black people get entertainers, comedians, musical people, hip-hop artists? Cause I saw Lil Jon. I like Lil Jon. Just like I like Plies. I like a lot of these guys' music. And I'm not gonna stop listening to their music, but it just show you, man, they bought and paid for. Like, nigga, you out of touch. You ain't been in the hood. You probably still got family that all didn't make it out. And I'm pretty sure, you know, whoever they could get out, they got out. Definitely Mom Dukes. If they got a connection with their dad, their brothers and sisters. Maybe some of their cousins who had business ideas and things of that nature. But them niggas ain't been in the hood, man, in decades, man. Black folk as a whole, man, they keep trying to split us up, man. You know, the educated black woman, the educated black man, and go ahead. The educated black man, and all these different people, these groups, they try to split up. But in reality, black people as a whole, man, it's a whole. See, what y'all don't understand, and they always do that with us. They always highlight the individual. Oprah, Jay-Z, Beyonce. They highlight individual black people who was chosen. Y'all have to understand, these folk are chosen. And if you don't understand what chosen means, who tells a black man or any woman, we don't want $20 million of your money in our bank? So that tells you, or should tell you, that the people who picked the Oprahs, the people who picked the Jay-Z's, the Beyoncé's, the Lil Jons and Plies and all these different bootlicks really control the scene. They really controlled it. Because if they can tell Kanye West, we don't want your money in our bank. 20 million? We don't want it. Because he has said something to the degree that we as black people are the original pews. And I say pews because if you say the other word, you know, you're going to get flagged. And, you know, it's a pew that runs YouTube. So, you know, they don't want the truth out there. So that's why they, you know, shadow ban you. You know, they do you in bad, you know, if you tell the truth. But at the end of the day, they told Kanye West, man, we don't want your money in our bank. That's the people who really run the Democratic Party. They really run both sides because both sides got, see, when I say a whole, see them pews as a whole, they got a lot of money. You know, just like the people with the red dots in the middle of their head, they got a lot of money as a whole. Arabs as a whole, Asians as a whole. See, white people as a whole. We the only ones who as a whole are dead last in every category. We dead last in education. We dead last in housing, as ownership. We dead last in business. We dead last in healthcare. We dead last in every fucking category. But somehow they keep telling us we need to vote Democrat. That's what they keep telling us. And if we, it's kind of like a nigga. I'm gonna use the now. I always use relationships. I tell my wife, she always talking about you always use relationships, but they're good analogies, man. Listen, It's like a nigga, which I never done this. I'm 47 years old, man. I ain't never, ever in my life had to speak down on another man or say, hey, don't holler at that nigga because why. Man, don't talk to him. But it's like that. It's like a dude who trying to holler at a female or a guy who trying to isolate a female from her family and her friends. That's what the Democrats do with us. They keep telling us, man, you can't go talk to Republicans. Republicans are racist. Republicans don't like you. Republicans hate you. And that could be the farthest from the truth. Because what we fail to realize, and we should know this because living in the hood, we call it getting rocked to sleep. See, your enemy, I know who my enemies is. I got a few enemies. I got a few niggas I done went across their head and niggas got a problem with me. I know who they is. But guess who I don't know? It's the nigga I don't know or the female I don't know that will do me in. That can be a loved one, a family member, a close friend, associate. Do your ass in. You won't even see it coming. You understand? And the Democrats obviously have done us in. It's 2020, 2024. It's 20s of 2020, 24, man. Like we are in damn near 25 years, man. Damn near 3 decades into the 2000s, into the new millennium. We damn near 3 decades in, yo. So that's the millennium. Now we go to the 90s, that decade gone. We go to the 80s, that decade gone. We go to the 60s, that decade gone. We've been voting democratically, man, as a block for over damn near 50 going on 60 years, man. Faithfully. All we gotten in return is a bunch of promises and a bunch of individuals that have been highlighted. Barack Obama, Hakeem Jeffries, all the, I ain't gonna call him the coon, but all the Congressional Black Caucus, man, are people, are individuals. They don't have, the new rising little chick is, her last name is Crockett. Cause remember, her and the white chick was going at it. They don't like each other. She talks so big and bold when it comes to the Republicans. She's their guard dog. She's like the dog. See, black people that's in certain positions are like the dog that's in the yard of the white man's home or the white woman's home. They bark, they yell, they talk super crazy because the white man and the white woman then gave them a permission to go after them. But if you ask, if you run up on Miss Crockett or anybody in Congressional Black Caucus, Barack Obama, any of these people that pretend, even Kamala, because we gonna get on her. You run up on them, man, and catch them off the cuff and ask them a question about what you gonna do specifically for black people, man, they gonna get the stuttering and sidestepping the question and not trying to hear it. But when it came to that Asian, anti-Asian hate crime bill, they spoke up. They boldly stuck their chests out. When it comes to Jews, LGBT, they boldly stick their chests out. They proud. Because guess what? The white man and white woman told them it's okay. But when it comes to us black people, man, they get to tap dancing and side stepping the question and not answering it with a direct yes or no. So that's like Kamala. So the DNC, they had basically a rap R&B concert. That's all they had. It's a bunch of vibes and music. No policies, no tangibles, no nothing for us. It's just, oh, we're gonna bring Lil Jon. Turn down for what? Everybody hyped up and amped up. Uh, who else came out there, man? I didn't even watch it, so I'm just catching highlights of it. But you got all these rappers and entertainers, D.L. Hughley, and all these people who's speaking against Trump. Now, if y'all don't know nothing about Donald Trump, he's almost an 80-year-old white man in America. What you expect? 1960s. My mom was born in 1956, so my mom grew up in the Jim Crow, the era of, I ain't gonna say at its height, but at its thickest. My mom grew up in that, man. Now my mom done passed on, but she was able to tell me stories. My grandma was born in 1921. I was able to hear stories that my uncles, my aunties, like my dad, my auntie on my dad, like I done heard these stories, man. So if Trump is almost 80 years old, he grew up in a time where black people as a whole was treated a certain type of way. Now, niggas today still treated a certain type of way as a whole, but we have cell phones, we have people who got certain connections, we have certain people who don't mind being bootlicks. So it's a little bit different. A little bit different. Then you have a fraction of us who not gonna take that. So it's definitely different because we able to buy guns and protect ourselves and do all that too. But back then, black people was not. So I'm not giving the man a pass. I'm just saying understand where he come from. Like, why you think Joe Biden, who's 80 something right now, speak the way he speak towards black people? But for some odd reason, we don't find disrespect in when he say it. We just find disrespect when Donald Trump say it. So I'm confused. If Joe Biden say, if you don't vote for me, you're not black. Good morning. Why that's not an issue when it comes with us? But if Trump say black jobs, we in an uproar. But what we fail to realize, as I walk around this little town I'm in, what do we own? I'm just looking at businesses, homes. It's a pretty decent area. What do we own? What do we control? Like, have y'all ever, as black people, like, think for a minute, black folk. Have y'all ever thought about what do we control? We got a bunch of money, but we spend it. We don't invest. We are what you call liquid. A lot of people who deal with us, that's not black, they call our money liquid. You know why they call us liquid? Because as soon as we get some money, we spending it. We're trying to get the newest car. If you look at these commercials, why you think we thinking it's called equality? See, that's why I'm like, y'all gotta wake up, man. Y'all think because white folk be like, yeah, we made a commercial. And we gearing it towards y'all. So that's called equality because we feel you the same as us and you can afford the car and you can afford this and you can afford that. But what you don't understand is economics. That's what we don't understand. And that's why we at the bottom. So our money is liquid, man. As soon as we get it, we spend it. They say our money only stay in our community for 1 hour, yo. The dollar of our community circulate for 1 hour, yo. Like, we literally get it and spend it within an hour. So our spending power, that's why they always say we think it's a flex, but we not looking at the backhanded disrespect. Spending, investing, spending, investing. Matter of fact, let me show y'all something. This is Diversified Members Credit Union. This is what you call investing. See, Somebody invested in that. Somebody said, you know what? I can go without a new car. I can go without a new home. I can go without going to all these concerts and clubs and clothes and shoes and jewelry. I can go without it. I'm going to build me a credit union, and I'm going to put it over here. So that's called investing. They put the money up. They get it from the bank give them the money, pay the people to fix it up, to build it from the ground up, get it built, staff it. Now they're off and running. I can imagine the money that they made. I can imagine how long that building been there. Let's say they spent millions, right? But now they've been there over 10 years. They done made that back and some by all the people who done came and signed up to be in the credit union. So they done got their money back in due time. We don't think like that. They don't want us to think like that. So when Trump say black jobs, what else is left? What else is out here, man? Like this is the police. What police department do we have as black people? Like, it's a chick right here, look. She got a Benz. I'm proud of my sister. But we so focused on cars, homes, clothes. We trying to impress. We trying to look the part. It's people out here who own properties, land, buildings. Like I say, Detroit is 70-something% black, right? What black person, woman, man, group owns a building downtown Detroit? I'll wait. We don't own shit. That's not a disrespect to us. That's not a put down. That's just the truth of the matter, man. We don't own shit, man. So when Trump say they're gonna take your black job, we get emotional because our community is solely ran on emotions. Because our community is solely ran by black women. And if y'all know anything about women, I've been married 8 years. Women don't mean no harm, man, but their emotions is their emotions. You cannot change that, man. I don't care if she a dyke. I don't care if she thinks she heartless, like she don't like men and she can just sleep with men and don't care. They all are emotional. That's the way God made them. That's why God made us the way he made us. See, when we don't operate in our masculinity, we are considered beta males. So the ones who's crying and saying we need Kamala, them is guys who was up under their mama and they beta males. No man should want a woman to lead them. I just told you I'm 8 years in the game being married. My wife don't want me to follow behind her, man. She want me to lead, man. If I'm not leading, she not gonna respect me, man. That's why a lot of these niggas get upset and have these domestic violence cases when they not leading. Because the woman will literally disrespect you, figuratively and literally. Because she gonna look at you like, damn, you like one of my kids, dog. You supposed to be my man, you acting like one of my kids. You understand? So if our community is solely ran by women, because we love our grandma. My grandma gone. I love my grandma. My mama gone. I love my mama, man. I think about my mama every day, man. But you got to be a man. And if we let women, see, in other communities, they don't let the women run it. They take, some don't even take conversation from them, like the Indian, the Arab, the Asian. They don't really let their women speak out of turn like that, though. Like, they really don't let them. And that's as a whole, man. As a whole. But some other communities, and cultures, they listen to them. But they don't allow them to run it, man. Why you think you have white feminists? Because they don't like the patriarchal part of their society. I worked around pews, and I got cool with one of them. And I'm like, damn, why you got cameras? Like the head CEO dude had a camera in his office, and I'm like, what's that all about? He told me it's a power struggle. If they can get him hemmed up on a sex case, or he tried to harass me or something like that, man, they gonna bump that man off so they can take his position. And that's within the pews community. So everybody has a power struggle, man. But we solely sit back and allow women to run our communities, man. When I look around, that's why I speak against single motherhood. I don't think it's good, man. I don't care what nobody say, dog. Single black motherhood is not good for us, man. Since the 60s, just to give y'all a little lesson, just since the 60s, man, when they started this whole experiment, black men were in a household at least 80, damn near 90%, right? Jobs, owning our own stuff was prominent back in the 50s and 60s, right? When they implemented Section 8, welfare, and they had the black woman, because you got to think, we're coming off the civil rights movement, late 60s going into the 70s. We're coming off the civil rights movement. They killed King, they killed all of them, right? All the ones that's prominent, they killed them. So then when you brought in the Black Panther, they knocked them off too. So now, the black woman feeling like, damn, what's up? Then they deindustrialized the black community, so they took all the jobs now, all the good jobs are outside of Detroit. At one point in time, that's why you had the suburbs. At one point in time, Detroit had all the jobs in Detroit. So that's why the black man was able to make money, no education, like my uncle, God rest his soul. He came from the South, no high school diploma, got into GM, retired in GM. He was able to take care of his family, own a home, buy a boat, buy cars, and have money and live a middle-class life off no education, basically. That's my uncle, man. He was the oldest out the family, my Uncle Clarence. My grandma only had a second grade education, and she was able to work, own her home, own a restaurant, off a second grade education. So they duped and tricked us, especially the black woman. They tricked them. The white feminist came, hey, because the white feminist, she trying to separate herself from the white man. So her numbers is not large enough. So she come and trick the black woman. Black woman, yeah, we gonna fight for our rights. Keep in mind, the black man don't control nothing. So what is the black woman fighting against? We don't own shit. We don't own buildings. Like I told you, in Detroit, in the history of Detroit, no black man has ever owned a building downtown. We don't own a goddamn thing, man. But somehow the white feminists tricked the black woman like, yeah, the black man holding me down. So they put that seed in her head. Welfare came. Section 8 came. Medicaid came. She says, shit, I'm gonna ride with the government is gonna be my man. And ever since then, the government has been the black woman's man. Now the new shit is I own a business, right? Me trying to find funding or a grant or a loan, get a grant or get a loan as a black man, a heterosexual black man. Now, if I was one arm bent type black man, then it's all kind of money for me. But as a black man that's heterosexual, there's no funding directly for us, man. So the new thing is, let's educate the black woman. Let's get her into college. Let's get her to own businesses. So that's why they say, they say it real quick. The black woman, she the fastest growing home owner, fastest business owner, and educated, because the people, the powers that be, that's what they doing. They did it back in the 50s and 60s and 70s. Now they doing it in the 2000s. So now you got the black woman feeling like, I don't need a nigga for nothing. I got the money. I got the car. I got a business. I don't need these niggas. So what's the thing they trying to pump in their head? Because they know they're going to want to procreate. Abortion. So that's why Kamala quick to come out and say, do y'all understand they had a mobile abortion clinic at the DNC? Like, people hungry, man. People need money, man. People need food. People need certain shit. And the only thing you can offer the black community is a mobile vasectomy and abortion clinic. We should look at that as a super disrespect. But again, our community ran by black women. It's based off emotions. So we don't see nothing wrong with it. And then as black men, we not taking our rightful spot as men. See, I choose to take my spot, so I'll take the heat. If I tell my wife all the time, even if she chooses to change her mind, like, hey man, I love me. At the end of the day, I love Melvin. So at the end of the day, man, I choose to take my spot as a black man in this world and stand on my, like King say, I stand on business. I'ma stand on business. I'ma be respectful as I can, but I'm not gonna let you disrespect me. I'm not gonna let you belittle me. I love you, my sister, but I'm not gonna let you do none of that. You understand me? It's just not gonna go that way. I don't give a damn. So the powers that be are hoping and praying and wishing that the black woman keep pushing us down. And they keep having these kids out of wedlock. So now they making all these, it's so many beta males. Because I was raised by a single black mother, so I have beta male energy. But as I get older, I don't have my mom, I don't have my dad. I'm married, I got children, man. I ain't got time to be no beta male. I have to be a man. I had to stand up and speak what's real and what need to be said. Respectful, yes. But if I'm disrespected, it's like Birdman. It goes from respect to disrespect, then it goes to fuck everybody. So I don't give a fuck if you got a vagina or you got testicles. You're not gonna disrespect me. I don't give a damn who say or what society say. You're gonna respect me. So that's what the DNC is pumping, is feminism, LGBTQism, and abortions, shit that doesn't have no policies or no tangibles. Like, sit and ask yourself, what out of that DNC, because all they did is talk about Trump. That's all they did, from Barack Obama hoe ass, Michelle he or she ass. Man, that's all they talked about was Donald Trump, Donald Trump, Donald Trump, Donald Trump. If y'all know anything about psychology, man, when you repeat something, you can repeat a lie. You can repeat something over and over, and eventually people will believe it. So people believe that this man is bad, even though the numbers tell you when he was the president, we was doing better, man. We wasn't at no wars. Like, think about it. Look how many wars have broken out since Trump ain't in office. No wars broke out while Trump was in office. No terrorist attacks happened when Trump was in office. We didn't have all these illegals. You have 15 to 20 million illegal people in this country, man. Do y'all understand? That's why he said about the black jobs. They're not about to replace the jobs in Martha's Vineyard. They're not about to put them in Martha's Vineyard. They're not about to put them in all these high-end ass white. Like, I'm in the suburbs right now. You think they about to let these illegals come out here? Niggas, man, it'd be a whole goddamn civil war if you think they're gonna allow. If you think they're gonna allow, man, if you don't, you go ahead, I'm talking. If you think they're gonna allow these illegals to flood the suburbs where white people mostly at, they barely want to let niggas in. You think they about to let illegals come in their community? Man, is you crazy? They will, man, it will be a civil war, man. Listen, white folk, you can say whatever you want to say about white folk, but they literally stand on business. They literally would die standing on business. We talk about dying and, man, I don't give a fuck. Nigga, you ain't gonna do shit. It's police officers slapping niggas' mamas. And the first thing niggas say is, man, that's the police. But then when it's black on black, we got all the energy when it come to us, but when it come to white folk or police, we got excuses on why we ain't do what we. Man, why you ain't go against that white dude, man? Oh, man. Shut your whole ass up. See, white folk, they don't give a damn. If you think, like I said, if you think they just drop illegals off and illegals be breaking into their homes and doing little hoe ass shit, you think they not gonna push back? They gonna start with the little city council shit. They gonna do it the right way, the civic way. But once they see if their government, that's why we have the Second Amendment, man, a right to bear arms, and that's for if our own government turn again, we have to protect ourselves. You have to. You can't just see. We as black folk, we trust the government too fucking much. White people don't trust Republicans. Just to give y'all a quick civics test or lesson, Republicans believe in less government. Democrats believe in more government. So they believe in having the government in all your business. That's why Kamala right now talking about she want to control pricing. See, all this shit that's happening is orchestrated. You understand me? It's orchestrated. The housing, all that. So now she want to control all that. See, if you allow, like, student loans. When I was taking out student loans when I was going to Davenport, the banks it was Fannie Mae, it was the banks, basically, right? And the banks, you know, they was cracking niggas' head with the interest. So the government got involved. And I never forget us as students sitting there and we talking like, yeah, if the government get in it, man, it's gonna be better. Because the government sold us a bill of goods. They told us, hey, if we take control over your student loans, we gonna cap the percentage at a certain percentage. That's kind of like what they say about the insulin. When you see the commercial with Kamala, they be like, yeah, she helped cap the insulin price at such and such. See, that's government control. See, they cap the insulin at a certain price, but guess what? Somewhere along the line, other medicines are gonna be like, they're near 10,000 a pill. So yeah, they cap the insulin, yeah. But what if you need, okay, if you got kidney issues, because you diabetic and they cap the insulin at $35, okay, that's good. But what if you need other things, other medicines for your kidneys? That medicine is going to be 3 to 4 times more because the government creates problems more than they help problems. So I use the whole student loan thing to show you. Now look at it now. Yeah, people interest rates is pretty low, but the government don't give a fuck, so they'll send you a bill. They know the economy is fucked up. They know people doing bad, but the government's still gonna send you a bill and say, you owe us $1,000-something this month. They know you don't have $1,000. See, the bank will work with you. Yes, the interest rates would kill you, but the bank would have been like, well, we know you don't have $1,000. What can you give us? Okay, I can give you, once I do my rent, my car note, my food, and all the stuff I need to pay, I can give you maybe 200. Okay, we'll take 200. The government, they still want 1,000. See, that's what happens when you allow the government to control shit. See, we got to know numbers. We got to know economics. All we know is emotions. That's all we know is emotions. And that's why we dead last. And then we didn't allow the black woman to sidestep us, step over us. No black man in history, like, they got this whole thing now. Like, let's say my wife made 3 times more than I made. I'm still not going to feel a certain type of way, because it's not about how much money she make. It's about how she treat and respect me as her husband. Now, if she make 3 times more than me and she disrespected me and she, not treat me how I'm supposed to be treated as a man, then this shit is over with. And then it's not going to be about, oh man, she made more money than me and I was jealous. No, it ain't none of that. It's you got to respect me as a man and treat me as a man. Just like I'm supposed to treat her as a woman. It don't matter how much, let's say I make 3 times more than her. It's not for me to talk to her crazy and treat her like she my servant. That ain't how it go. It's called equal. You understand me? But they got this thing now where black women run around here with their car. Like I said, I just showed you a sister with a Benz. I don't know if that sister married, but she could be running around here if she not married. She could be running around here. Man, these niggas, they just intimidated by one with money, and ain't nobody intimidated. It's your mouth. It's your disrespect. No man, unless he a beta or a pagan type of nigga, you can peg that nigga. No man gonna let a woman talk to him crazy. None. No, none. Y'all don't remember the Malcolm X movie? When he told Betty Shabazz, don't you yell at me in my house. She lowered her tone, man. He had to let her know, like, hold up. Yeah, I understand you upset. I know you fear for my life and all that, but hold up. Stay in your place. Don't yell at me in my home. That was a cold moment right there between Angela Bassett and DNC. Go back and watch that movie, man. As a man, you have to stand on business, man. Period. Malcolm wasn't putting his hands on Betty Shabazz, but when he raised his voice, which he didn't do a lot from what I'm hearing in real life, but when he raised his voice, he just letting her know, like, hey, hold up. I'm the one that's under the gun. I'm the one that's gonna get my head blown off, not you. I gotta make sure I'm secure. I gotta make sure y'all secure. I gotta make sure we got a roof over our head, food to eat, clothes on our back. I'm stressed. I don't need you to stress me. So that's what that was, man. Just have my back. What she did. That's why the Democrats, these liberals, don't like families. They love it. If you notice, they gonna go grab everybody that's dysfunctional, man. Dwayne Wade. Yeah, it looked like a black family, but it's dysfunctional. Magic Johnson, love him in pieces. That's my man. He from my hometown, Lansing, Michigan. But man, that shit is dysfunctional, brother. So they gonna highlight that man. Steve Harvey, dysfunctional. D.L. Hughley, dysfunctional. All these people that they highlight, man, are dysfunctional black families, man. Where's the prominent black man that's heterosexual? His wife is heterosexual. His kids is heterosexual. Where's that at, man? They always highlight dysfunctional families if they're black or single black mothers. That's it, man. So I'm telling you, I'm begging y'all, man. Look at the issues and look strictly for the issues, man. Get the fuck out your emotions and just use your common fucking sense. Who cares about what people say? It's about what they do. If Trump can put more money in our pockets, keep our country safe, oh man, he gonna have the police, man. The police gonna do what they gonna do regardless if Trump in that bitch. It don't matter if Jesus in that bitch. The police gonna do what the police gonna do. Police are humans. You're hiring humans, not robots. So if you got a white police officer who's patrolling Detroit, Michigan, and he grew up in Brighton or Howell, what you think gonna happen when he pull you over? He going off stereotypes. He going off how he was raised. That ain't right. Of course it's not right, but at the end of the day, if we had more police officers or black people to step up to be police officers, then we wouldn't have to deal with that. That's how you handle that. Quit telling our black boys and black women that being a police officer is a bad thing. Tell them it's a good thing to want to patrol and take care of your community. See, that's how you curb that. But since we ain't got enough police officers, they got to go grab some of them boys that ain't from our community. So what you think gonna happen? That's like if you take some hood niggas that become police officers and put them in white areas, what you think gonna happen to white folk? Think about it. This is just human shit. But again, we've been voting democratically, man, for over 60 years, and black people as a whole ain't moved one iota. One iota. We still at the bottom, man, economically. We still at the bottom education-wise, home ownership. We still at the fucking bottom. And you keep telling me that the Republicans is bad? I can't go talk to them and see what they talking about? I don't think that's, I'm a businessman. If I have to just deal with people who look like me, then my business is not gonna go as far as I want it to go. I have to talk to people who don't look like me, who wasn't raised how I was raised. But somehow we gotta talk economics and say, hey, this makes sense for you? Okay. It makes sense for me? Okay. Let's get this contract, sign this contract, and let's do business. See? Now, if I violate the contract, or if they violate the contract, then we have to either go to court or we amend it right there. And we go our separate ways. Money is money. We all trying to feed our families. We all trying to clothe our children and have cars so we can get to work and school and places we need to go. See? So all this, man, I'm gonna talk to them, man. I'm not no scary nigga. I'm gonna talk to whoever I need to talk to. Like I met Tudor Dixon. My wife was going to work. She go to her little favorite donut spot. I see Tudor Dixon's tour bus. So, like my wife say, man, I fanned out. So I'm like, they go Tudor. So I'm just looking at the bus and I'm taking a picture of a bus. One of her people came off of the bus. One of her handlers came off the bus and said, hey, you want to meet her? You want to take a picture with her? I said, hell yeah. I took a picture with that woman. She hugged me. But I told my wife, if they would have stopped and said, hey, what do you think? Like, if they would have asked me a question, you think I was going to be talking? Now, I'm going to talk proper because I'm representing me. I ain't representing niggas. I ain't representing white folk. I'm representing me. So yes, I'm gonna talk with some decorum. But I would have told that woman, hey man, this is what our community needs. This is what I need as a black man with a black family. We don't need abortions. I bet you she can agree with that because she don't agree. She don't want abortions. She believe in having children. She got 4 children, so she believe in children. Schools, you should have school choice. You should be able to go where you want to go. Economics, I don't want the government in my business. I want an opportunity. See, so I would have told her different things of that nature, and I wouldn't been on no chuckling and tap dancing. But they didn't. But if they did, they would have got, man, I'd have been all over CNN and AB. I'd have been all over them boys, because I'd have been saying some stuff. They'd be like, man, that man educated, that man got a brain on him. So all I'm saying is, black folk, stop caring about the fucking dancing, the comedians, these entertainers. Fuck these entertainers, man. Like, fuck them people, man. They don't represent us, man. They so far removed from the black community as a whole, they don't know what the fuck going on. So just think about it and use your brain, man. Use what God gave you, man, between your shoulders. Use what God gave you, man. All right? Y'all enjoy your Saturday, man. I just had to get some shit off my chest. Hope y'all enjoy what I was talking about, man. All right? Peace.